Welcome back to our channel, guys. It's the host with the most, Vince.
And it's your girl, Arlene.
And we're the Royalty Adventures. So I feel like we've been taking some time off.
We have.
Right.
Life got a little busy, you know? So.
It did, but I kept reassuring like, hey, we need to do this Utopia of the Seas review, and we're here. So in today's video, we're going to give you guys an in-depth, honest review of our experience on Utopia of the Seas. And this is going to be... they gotta wait to the end. Yeah.
And especially because this was something different for us.
It was.
Because for the first time, we actually traveled out of our backyard, because our cruise port is right here in Miami in the backyard. But we had to drive to close to Orlando, which was like how long?
2 hours and a half, I would say.
Which is technically still in our backyard because we didn't have to get on a plane or anything. But it was different for us to actually travel and the whole hotel experience and everything. So go ahead.
Which I'm going to give you guys some details. So we're ready. We're ready. So as we arrived to Port Canaveral, like I said, it was 2.5 drive from Miami. We stayed in the Country Inn Suites. Mm-hmm. The great thing about it, you know, I love doing research, and you know, we got a lot of first-time cruisers. The hotel's literally 5 minutes away from the cruise port.
It really was. Like, we were like looking at the cruise ships.
Right.
Yeah, out the window you could see the cruise ships. So everything was really close by.
So as a bonus tip, what I'm gonna do for you guys is list the hotels in the description, so you guys can see like the nearest hotel in the vicinity. And the good thing about it too also is there's a lot of bars, lounges where you can dine and eat the night before, which is what we did.
True.
And also when we stayed at the hotel, they had a special offer to park your vehicle.
Oh yeah. If you're worried about, like, if you rent a car, if you're worried about where you're going to leave your car, since we drove there. Right. So when we were checking in, the front desk lady was, you know, nice enough to give us this offer where we can leave our car. And it was actually cheaper than going the route of, you know, trying to book on your own when you actually get there.
So I'm going to give you guys the location. It's called Port Canaveral, which is like 2 minutes where we stay from.
Yeah, it wasn't far at all.
It wasn't far at all. We left the vehicle for 5 days. And guess how much it came up to?
Just wild guess.
$63.45.
That's it.
That was it.
And if we would have went the other route, if we wouldn't have done his discount, I think it would have been like like 112. I think when we calculated. Right. So we definitely got a discount for the 5 days that our car was there. And honestly, it being new to us, to me, the process was smooth.
It was.
Like, we got there, we showed that we paid, and then we were able to park our cars, and then, you know, we unloaded our suitcase, and there was like shuttles that came and got us. So there's different shuttles that goes for the different cruise.
Yes.
For the different cruises. So we just waited for our shuttle that was going to Utopia of the Seas. We got on the shuttle and it dropped us off directly at the port.
Not bad at all for an experience at Port Canaveral.
At all.
Here's where the fun begins. We did a 4-night experience on Utopia of the Seas. An amazing time. Before we get in, you know, we got to do our little homework ship facts.
Right.
So would you do the honors?
I will. And must I add that this was the biggest weekend.
It was.
That
as
we
advertised.
had. Right. It was the biggest weekend. So let's get into it. Utopia of the Seas. It was launched in July 2024 from Port Canaveral. Utopia of the Seas will sell 3- and 4-night Bahamas and Perfect Day at Coco Cay. 6th ship of the Oasis class, over 40 ways to dine and drink, 4 astonishing new shows, and 5 pools to splash the day away. New additions such as the Pesky Parrot and Royal Railway can expect up to 7,000 passengers. The ship has 8 different neighborhoods: Royal Promenade, the Boardwalk, Entertainment Zone, Pools, Sports and Zone, Central Park, Youth Zone, Vitality Spa and Fitness, and the Suite neighborhood.
That is a lot of information, knowing that this is the second ship that Royal Caribbean launched this year.
Right.
And I would say it's the mini version of
Icon,
but it's still part of the Oasis class. overall, great experience. As soon as you walk in, you're on deck 5.
Yes, the promenade, which you felt the vibe. The partying. Like, it was just like a warm welcome. And as soon as you stepped in, it was like...
Yep.
The adrenaline was like pumping, get you going.
And the aesthetics of the ship, I've never seen that before. It's all tropical. I like the fact how they had 2 large pool decks.
Yeah.
On like the main decks. I think it's deck 15. I'm not sure. But you can just see as soon as you step on, and the colors are vibrant.
Yes.
The color palettes that they chose
definitely
to draw your
went
attention
with the theme of the ship.
Yeah, Utopia. The cruise director, he set the bar high. I'm like, we've sailed on a lot of 3 or 4 day cruises.
Right.
Between Royal Caribbean and Carnival. I'm going to say this. This was my favorite short cruise.
Yeah. It had because honestly, they kept the vibe and the party going from the beginning all the way to the end. And I think this was one of the cruise trips that we've been on a short one where we're like, we're not ready to go home yet.
Yeah.
Because from the entertainment, the shows, it was just a vibe. As they advertised it, it was the biggest weekend. It was the world's biggest weekend, and I felt that. And that's what it was. It
felt overwhelming too, because everything was just fast paced.
It was.
Because they try to make this like an incredible weekend.
Right.
And I felt like there was no moment for you to like pause.
And to take it in, because they did like try to do a 7-day into 3-4 days, try to squeeze everything in.
Yes.
And it was just like everything was on go time. But I enjoyed it, honestly speaking.
Okay, so we touch on the overview of the ship. So the total cost for Utopia of the Seas, from the time of the booking, it was 4 guests, me, you, our daughter, and my sister. It came up to $2,080.68. Not bad
at all. And it was a balcony room too.
The biggest balcony we ever been on?
Yes, it had to be. Very spacious.
Very spacious.
For the 4 of us, everyone was comfortable, and it was just beautiful. The balcony was nice.
It was very spacious. Like I said, it's like 6 feet large away from the stateroom. I love, like I said, the color palettes that they chose. They really made it like a tropical vibe.
Yeah.
Overall, great experience. Bigger ways to celebrate. So many things to do in 3 or 4 days.
It was a lot.
20 plus bars and lounges. The new feature of the Pesky Parrot. 4 jaw-dropping shows, which we'll get in touch.
Yes.
5 places to catch live music, 11 DJs on board, 6 places for dancing, 18 bars. I could go on and on.
There's just so much going on in that ship.
And it was like new things that they added to the food truck.
Yes, there's the food truck, which we didn't even get a chance to try the food there, but that was something very new, and like, you've never seen it on any other ship, but it's just like the food truck was just amazing to me.
That's a new addition, and it's complimentary too. My favorite word. So some things that are returning on this cruise ship that you'll find on other Royal Caribbean cruise ships: Ultimate Abyss. You have the sports complex, the Ultimate Rock Climbing, Playmakers Sports Bar, Windjammer Marketplace, Sorrento's, and then this was our favorite place. Our daughter went, the merry-go-round.
Yes. Was it like a little boardwalk?
It was a boardwalk on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
And a lot of people, they don't know that. They actually implemented a boardwalk that had the feel as if you're going to a carnival or festival.
That's true. It felt like a whole carnival day, and that's where they had the arcade, all these other restaurants, and there was like just a whole bunch of different activities going around. And the boardwalk, like the merry-go-round, that was complimentary, is also free.
Yes. To dive into the entertainment, I had to emphasize and put this. I put Reiki!
The best cruise director out there.
Yes. He set the tone from beginning to end. It was an epic sail-away party.
Yes.
We've been on Carnival, which is like the fun ship. But he took it to a different level.
This was top tier. Like, there was never a dull moment.
Never.
When I say this man gave his all, his energy, you can just tell. And he interacted with everyone.
Yep.
Went
Dancing
up
along
to
with
people,
them.
right? Yeah. Went up the stairs at the pool deck. He was just like everywhere. Like, you couldn't keep up with him.
No.
He was literally everywhere. He interacted with everyone. There was never a dull moment with Ricky.
He was the life of the party, the life of the ship.
That's one cruise director where I would like never forget.
But I gotta break the news. So, as of this time of this recording, he is not with the cruise ship.
Yeah, he's no longer with Utopia.
Yeah, he's no longer with Utopia. He's on another contract with another cruise ship. So I had
sorry that you guys didn't get to experience Ricky, but maybe you might run into him on another ship. So maybe not Utopia, but another ship.
And I'm pretty sure there's people that sailed with him on other cruise ships. They would tell you like, yo, he's the one. But they do have other jaw-dropping entertainment on board. Utopia, which is pretty good. Aqua 80s.
That was my favorite show.
It was. The Silent Toga. We didn't get to do that, but that's the people that was wrapped up with the
yeah, we didn't do it.
One Hit Wonders. That was in the promenade. And then you have live music, of course, around the cruise ship. But you can find these entertainment on board. You'll never get bored. What is a cruise without food?
That's the main reason why we go.
Right. So there are a lot of complimentary dining options on board. And then you have specialty dining too. So of course it comes with your cruise rate that you pay, because we have first time cruises.
Right.
This is a common question that they ask. So you have the Boardwalk Doghouse, Cafe Promenade, the dining room, El Loco Fresh, Park Cafe, Solarium Bistro, which is free. Sorrento's Sprinkle. The Spare Tire is the food truck
that you need to
check out.
Yeah.
And then the Windjammer. Specialty dining, of course, they're going to have, I don't even need to go in details, but the newest feature is the Royal Railway.
The railway, right. And I think when we first got on the ship, they were trying to like get us to dine there, but it was so popular. I think there wasn't even space.
Yeah. It was sold out.
There was nowhere to do reservation. Like, if you didn't do it before your booking, it was sold out. Like, we didn't even get a chance to experience it, because even on the first day, I guess people pre-booked it or did pre-reservation before the selling. So if that's something that you want to experience, I would say do not wait. Do not wait last minute, because obviously this is something popular and it'll be sold out by the time your selling comes around.
Yes, and speaking about that too, it goes with the same with the entertainment. The app opened the entertainment 2 weeks prior before you're selling.
Right, so you gotta reserve.
Right, it's only one.
Show.
Yeah, it's like Icon. It was one reservation per show. Right, and those sold out very quick too. Now there are exceptions where, if it is booked, 9 times out of 10, the Royal Caribbean staff members, they'll let you go
inside. Yeah, if it's not like over capacity or full, like if you didn't get a chance to reserve. So I remember for one of the shows there was like 2 lines. So people who had reservations and people who didn't make reservations.
I would say it's highly recommended that you do
make reservation. Right, but I'm just saying, like, at the end, even if you don't get a chance to, there's always a possibility that they will let you go in if it's not like to capacity.
Yes. Just to go briefly on specialty dining, Playmaker Sports Bar. They have a Starbucks for those who love coffee. The Mason Jar, which is kind of new.
Yeah.
It's like Southern food. Hook Seafood, Izumi, which you'll find in other Royal Caribbean cruise ships. The Chef's Table, Chops Grill, 150 Central Park. Let's talk about Central Park too, just briefly. What I want to get away from the madness and that's my zen area.
Right. It's a beautiful scenery. The green, the greenery, the plants, the music, the quietness. Is literally walking through a park, but it's just so quiet.
Yeah.
It's like a different part of the ship.
There's a park on board. Yes, Royal
literally.
Caribbean does it big, so they have an actual park on board, and it's one of our favorite places to go where we want to get away and just have some alone time
and just chill.
Right. Okay. Bars and lounge. There's plenty around the cruise ship. The newest one that's featured is the Pesky Parrot, where you can get frozen daiquiris or even drinks too. I like the ambiance.
Yeah.
And how it had like the neon light that just drew you in.
Yeah, it just gave you a tropical vibe too. That's
Right.
what the whole theme behind that was.
A key detail that I noticed is how they had like single dollars.
The dollars, all around.
I'm not too sure if those were like customers that signed them from like tips and stuff.
Yeah.
But I felt like that was pretty cool. And then they had features of lingeries and bathing suit as decorations too.
That
and
was like a dope.
And then the parrot.
Yes, the moving parrot that scared me, but yes.
Yes. Usually for our overall review, we like to give category ratings from everything from cabins to entertainment to service, ship quality, so you guys can get a heads up of what you guys are in for.
We got the cabin and stateroom was a 5 out of 5. Entertainment was a 5 out of 5. Food and dining was a 3.5 out of 5. Onboard activities 5 out of 5. Service and staff a 5 out of 5, and ship quality a 5 out of 5.
Yes, I want to piggyback on overall. It was a great experience, but there were some minor technical
difficulties where we felt like, there was room for improvement on some things.
So room for improvement, we did run into encounters of the captain making announcement that certain parts of the ship, they didn't have electricity.
You're right. They had lost electricity, which resulted in the elevators stopped working. The AC wasn't working. So that was like a hiccup during our trip. But I don't think we experienced it on the part that we were at.
We did.
But certain people did experience where the elevators weren't working. So I
want to say, so whenever you make these reservations to these new cruise ships that are launched, it's still in a trial and error phase.
That is true.
Is it going to be a bad experience? It all depends how you take it.
Right.
But for us, we didn't run into those issues, so I said that was something that you have to look into.
Yeah, because honestly, if the captain didn't make the announcement, we wouldn't have known that all of this was happening.
Right. Now, the overall score that we gave Utopia of the Seas, we gave it a 9 out of 10.
Of course, nothing is perfect.
Nothing is perfect. This was 2 months after it launched. And the whole overall experience was great. And I'm going to give you guys the reason. It's the world's biggest weekend. It's an excellent choice for families and first-time cruisers. And you're going to be spoiled. We always say this. Whenever you go on to these new ships, you're going to be spoiled. There's something for everyone to enjoy of all ages. Plenty of complimentary and specialty dining options. Short itineraries allow less time to discover the whole ship, which is true. You could do a 3-day cruise, but I would say to experience like
everything,
the whole layout, do a 4 days.
Yeah,
it's better. The ship may be overwhelming, but it doesn't disappoint. And then Royal Caribbean goal was to have the ultimate weekend vacation in the world, and they exceeded that expectation. Overall, recapping on Utopia of the Seas, it's a cruise ship that we definitely recommend. And like we mentioned too, they compacted everything from a 7-day cruise to like a 4-day sailing.
Yeah, so it was enjoyable. It was a nice getaway. I enjoyed myself. I mean, hey, it was the world's biggest weekend.
It was definitely the world's biggest weekend, and they exceeded that. So we're gonna wrap up this video.
So you can find us on Instagram, Facebook. We have our Facebook group, The Royalty Adventure, also a Cruise and Chill. What else? TikTok. We have our TikTok, The Royalty Adventure as well on TikTok as well.
And also, thank you guys for subscribing to our channels. We're at 2,500. I know we're very excited about that. Thank you guys for supporting each and one of you guys. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you've been supporting us, thank you for always tuning into our channels.
Also, don't forget to subscribe if you're new to this.
Yes. So we're gonna wrap up. It's the host with the most bits.
And it's your girl Arlene.
And we're the Royalty Adventures. We will see you guys in the next video. Peace.